The police showed up at my door at 8 a.m. and said, "I'm so sorry. Your sister's boyfriend has defiled her grave." I stared at them. "Sorry what?" They continued. "Peter was caught on cemetery security cameras last night, digging up your sister's grave." My legs went weak. They said it like they were reporting an Amazon package theft. "Nah, you're joking." They stared at the floor. "He was there for 2 hours with a shovel. Security interrupted him before he reached the coffin." "Where is he now?" "He fled. We haven't located him." "Do you know where he'd go?" I shook my head. I barely knew Peter. The officer handed me a card. "Call if you hear anything." They left. I grabbed my keys instantly. I needed to find him, figure out what he planned to do with my sister's body. Better not have been some weird spicy stuff. I drove to Peter's apartment, thinking about Winnie's death 6 months ago. Her car accident. How Peter was at the hospital when she died. He gave the eulogy. Could barely speak through tears. This made no sense. I got to his building where his apartment door was open. I walked in slowly. The place was already ransacked. Drawers pulled out. Clothes everywhere. Peter was gone. I searched through the mess. Found a journal under the couch. I opened it. The entries were frantic. Handwriting getting worse. The recent ones from 3 weeks ago read, "Police came by today asking about what happened." I told them nothing. What else could I say? Then 2 weeks ago. "Police keep calling. They know something." Then finally 1 week ago. "I need to dig her up before they realize. Before they connect me to what happened." My blood went cold. Connect him to what? What did Peter do? I found a contact list and called Sam, Peter's best friend. "This is Winnie's brother. Peter dug up my sister's grave last night." Silence. "Oh my god, he actually did it." I gripped the phone tighter. "You knew?" Sam's voice cracked. "Yes. He said he made a terrible mistake at Winnie's funeral." "What mistake?" "He buried something with her. His gun." My stomach dropped. I sat down on Peter's destroyed couch. Sam kept talking. "Peter was wearing his jacket at the funeral. The gun was in his pocket. During the viewing, he leaned over the casket and it fell out, landed under Winnie's body. People were watching. He panicked. So he just left it there? They closed the casket with the gun inside." I stood up, started pacing. "Okay, but why dig her up 6 months later?" "Because police are investigating a violent crime, and Peter's roommate was involved." My heart stopped. I froze in the middle of the room. "What violent crime?" Sam hesitated. I could hear him breathing on the other end. "Someone got hurt. I don't know the details, but Peter's roommate did something, and Peter's gun was connected to it." "Did Peter do something to Winnie?" Long silence. My hands started shaking. "Sam, I don't know, but police started asking Peter if he owned a gun. He lied. Said no." I looked down at the journal in my hand. The frantic handwriting, the paranoia. My vision blurred. I couldn't tell if it was anger or fear or both. "Do you know where he is right now?" Sam hesitated. "Motel off Route 9, room 14. I was already grabbing my keys. "But be careful. He's really not okay right now." Sam hung up. I got in my car and drove. My hands wouldn't stop shaking on the steering wheel. Did Peter kill Winnie? I pulled into the motel parking lot. Peter's car was there. Room 14. Lights on. I walked up and pounded on the door. The door opened. Peter looked terrible. Unshaven. Eyes bloodshot. Hands shaking. "You shouldn't be here. Why did you dig up Winnie's grave?" Peter backed up against the wall. "It's not what you think. Sam told me about the gun." Peter's face went completely white. He sat down hard on the bed. I stayed standing. "What did he tell you?" "Not enough. So you're telling me everything now." Peter put his head in his hands. "My roommate needed money. He was desperate." I waited, my heart pounding. 3 weeks before Winnie died, he stole my gun from my apartment. "What did he do with it?" Peter looked up at me. His eyes were red. "He robbed a convenience store. Shot the clerk in the leg." My stomach unclenched slightly. I sat down in the chair across from him. "A robbery? That's the violent crime?" He ditched the gun somewhere, then came back and returned it to my apartment like nothing happened. I had no idea what he'd done. Peter's hands were shaking worse now. I didn't find out until 2 weeks ago, when police started investigating. "So this has nothing to do with Winnie?" Peter's voice broke. "No, Winnie died in an accident. That was real. I loved her." I stood up, started pacing. "Then why did you dig up her grave?" "I lied to police. When they asked if I owned a gun, I said no." He was crying now, full tears running down his face. "I thought if they found out I lied, they'd think I was involved in the robbery." I kept imagining them getting a warrant, exhuming Winnie, finding the gun in her casket. I stopped pacing, stared at him. "Did they have a warrant?" Peter looked down. I don't know. I don't think so." I felt my anger rising. "There was no warrant? You did this because you thought they might?" "I couldn't risk it." My voice got louder. "You violated my sister's grave over a robbery you didn't even commit." Peter was sobbing. "I'm sorry." Sirens started wailing outside, getting closer. Peter looked at me. I loved her. I swear. I walked to the door, opened it. "You destroyed the one thing you should have protected." Police cars pulled into the parking lot. Officers got out and ran toward us. They burst through the door.